Oh man, the wind. We're going. Ain't no woman gonna change the way I think. Think I'll just stay here and drink. This close and you will hear that loud jukebox playing in my ear. Sending love, I appreciate it. That's probably my wife. No, it's Mike. Afternoon, Mike. Turn that AC down. It's loud, ain't it? It's almost afternoon. Might as well say afternoon. Well, what are you doing this beautiful Monday? Is it as pretty up there in Jersey today as it is here? Yes, sir. Figured I'd do a little live. And ain't nobody in the live today, is they? Stay in shape. $79 degrees. It is 95 here. 95 degrees probably feels like 103 or something. Yeah, wow, hot. It is hot. We're going on a little road trip, about 100 miles. Crack open a cold one. Seven, 777. Beautiful Monday. 96 degrees now, Mike. It's getting hotter. Temperature's going to be today. Why did my map just disappear? I'm driving my life away, looking for a better way for me. Hey, if y'all wouldn't mind, smack the like button, double tap that screen. There are stars in the southern sky. Appreciate you, the 3 people smacking that like button. I appreciate you a lot. Much appreciated. They say it helps the channel. I don't know how much it helps, but it'd be cool if we could break the like button record, which is 333 likes. Hey, cool wizard. How is you today? I might have to turn the AC on the dash. Phone's getting hot already. We are headed to Orlando from Tampa. We're putting in work. We're getting paid right now. I'm getting paid to drive my own car. Gonna head to Orlando and we're gonna do something nice, do a good deed for another driver. Why I decided to do this, I don't know. Or this would be the good deed for the day. We'll go over here and pick up this load, head to the truck, pick up the load, secure it, bring it back to the yard, get back in the car and go to the house. Am I going to take I-4? I'm not decided on that yet. I don't know if I'll just take the back roads all the way or take the interstate some of the way. I'll probably take the interstate some of the way. I don't know yet. You do some trucking, cool wizard? No, we ain't trucking right now, we in the car. No, but Florida's not new to you. Yeah. It ain't new to me either. Although I live in Florida now, but I'm originally from the Appalachian Mountains, Tennessee. I really don't feel like doing this. Oh man, I left my microphone headphones at the house. Oh man. Which way do I want to go? Well, I guess we'll go ahead and head to the interstate. Jump on the interstate for about 20 miles or so. Jump off. What state you in, Cool Wizard? Oh man. So I figured I'd do it live since we're in the car, give it a little bit of change of scenery instead of the interstate all the time. Going on a road trip chat ain't that very talkative today. I ain't really talkative today either. This light stays red for a minute. No, I'm not driving home now. I just left the house. I'm going to the truck. I'm going to go pick up a load and just bring it back to the yard and get back in the car and head to the house. So I thought I'd just let you all tag along. Oh man, are we stopping? Come on. Don't make me regret getting on the interstate. Come on. Why are we stopping? Man. Go now. What are you doing today, Manilow? Barry Manilow. See, like, we stopped on the interstate and for no reason. Like somebody just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna stop. Won't stop traffic. Could be holding you tonight. Could quit doing wrong, start doing right. You don't care about what I think. Think I'll just stay here and drink. Put me down, won't square the deal. At least you know the way I feel. Take all the money in the bank. Think I'll just stay here and drink. Listen close and you will hear that loud jukebox playing in my ear. I'm probably going to regret my decision to help these people out. Probably going to regret it. It's not always a good thing to be a good person. Because it's 100 degrees now. It has hit 100 degrees. 100. Oh man. $12.13 and it's 100 degrees, right on the money. 100. So I wonder what it feels like. It probably feels like 106 out there. This Florida heat, you know, like South the South, like all of the South, it's got to be the hottest place in the country. Because even though like Death Valley gets like 130 degrees, the hottest place in the world is Death Valley, California. It's the hottest place in the world. But I don't think it even compares. I don't think it even compares to the heat in the South, because the heat out in the desert, New Mexico, Arizona, whatever, you can look up the high for Phoenix, Arizona today, probably 107, 110, but it's not that bad. It is not that bad. It's just a dry heat. Now the South is, yeah, it's 100 degrees, but the humidity is what gets you. It's 100% humidity every day. It's way hotter than the desert states. I can tolerate being outside doing stuff in Arizona and at 107 degrees. It's not that bad. Really ain't. They don't have the humidity. What's up, Lane? Getting a rare sight, and we ain't in the truck, we're in the car. I think what I'm gonna do this week is do some door dashing. That's what I think. I'm thinking about doing it. I actually bought a fifth wheel camper. I bought it. Well, the old lady bought it. Got the title and everything. I think we're going to move into the camper, get out of the city. Because everything's so expensive. Rent $3,000 a month. It's crazy. There's my microphones. I found them. Listen close. Ain't no woman gonna change the way I think. What are you doing today, Lane? I hope it dropped down from 100 degrees to 98. It's hot. It is hot, so I don't want to go too fast on this road. I don't want to get my tires too hot. Although I'm doing 80 miles an hour. Get up here and pass this Martin truck. I don't know, this left lane seems to be cruising pretty good, so we'll just sit right here. I ain't gonna go as fast as them guys. They're doing about 85. I'm good at 79. pebble hit, ding the windshield. I just bought a new windshield, like, when was that? Back in February, I think. It was like $600 for this windshield because of the sensor, dude. That's crazy. Everybody's like, oh, sensors are cheap. Well, yeah, some of them are. Apparently a sensor in the windshield ain't cheap. $600 for a freaking windshield. Because driving down the road, you know, stuff jumps up. Like, it was a gravel. For some reason, that state or that county graveled a paved road for some reason. And we was headed to the water park. Gravel jumped up, hit the windshield, put a big crack in it. And then it cost me $600 for a freaking windshield. So take care of your windshields, especially if you got a newer vehicle. Because ain't nothing cheap. Nothing. Yeah, think about it there. Why is that? Look at Tennessean right there. Like, freaking going way slow over in the left lane. Why are you in the left lane doing 50 mile an hour, dude? That state trooper should have pulled him over. State trooper should have pulled that cat over. Doing like 55 and a 70. In the left lane. Man, that's wild. Like, get over in the right lane, bud, if you're gonna go that slow. Look at him. Man, I wish y'all could see that. We had to hammer down. We doing 80 mile an hour when we passed that state trooper. But so was this cat right here in front of us. He was going a little bit faster than me. That exit that I usually take right there. I think that's it. Watch the road, Gunner. Watch the road. Yeah, I think that's the exit that I usually take. Should have took it. And I'll jump off the next one, I think. Listen close and you will hear that loud jukebox playing in my ear. Ain't no woman gonna change the way I think. Think I'll just stay here and drink. Well, it's illegal to cross the solid white line, so for people that didn't know, now you know. Like, I don't know how you got a driver's license if you don't know these things about the road, you know. Take a tow. I don't have the sun pass. I've been meaning to get the tow pass. Why is this person calling me constantly? Like, what is the deal there? Something bad must happen. Somebody keeps blowing my phone up. I ain't answering it. Keep calling. Something must have happened. Well, not like I can do anything about it. Oh, say, can you see the speed limit? That's what that sign says up there. State of Florida's got jokes. There's a dude got pulled over doing 142 miles an hour on I-40 yesterday. 142. Like, why? Like, why? You got very, like, I don't even think there's ever a reason to do 140 miles an hour. Ever. Unless you're rich enough to, like, you know, do 150, you get pulled over, go to jail, and get out, you know, the first hour. It ain't no big deal then, you know. You got the money. That's why they say, like, DUI, don't do it. You can't afford it. They mean, like, you can't, really. Most people can't. Because, man, if you out drinking and driving, dude, get a DUI, that's terrible. Like, you're going to lose your license for a year if it's your first offense. Then you got to go through these alcohol classes and all this dumb stuff and court costs, and you got to do mandatory jail time. Most states have minimum mandatory first offense. What is first offense? For like, I think Tennessee first offense is like 10 days. And mandatory 10 days. I should have went that way. It's 10 or 30, I believe. Can't remember. Then you got to pay a boatload of money. Then you got to be on 1129 probation. Then you got to pay the probation fees. And anytime they give you a random, you got to pay for it. It's like 60 bucks, 70 bucks. It's a big money game. As long as you give them the money, they don't really care. It's all about the Benjamins. It really is all about the Benjamins. Even Uncle Sam, you know, don't pay your taxes. IRS be kicking in your door. Hey, what you doing, Mr. Gunner? You owe us some money. Yeah, you owe $1. We want it now. Or we're going to put you in cuffs and put you in the slammer. I'm like, yes, sir, Uncle Sam. Yes, sir. I mean, just take everything I got. Because if you don't pay them, they'll just take all your stuff. Oh, you got assets? Well, kiss it goodbye, son. Kiss it goodbye. Because Uncle Sam's going to take it from you. I think it was Wesley Snipes. They put him away for a decade. I think he did 10 years for tax evasion. Wasn't paying Uncle Sam his money. Uncle Sam like, okay, Wesley Snipes, we don't care that you're a big star. You're going to prison, son. You're going to pay one way or the other. But, you know, if I ain't mistaken, taxation is theft. It's just legal robbery. As long as the government does it, it's legal. What's that Nixon said? Nixon said something. What was those words he said? He's like, it's not illegal as long as the president does it. Like, what? Yeah, well, you tell him, Nixon. The president does it. It's perfectly legal, sir. You tell him. Well, thanks for letting us know, Nixon, that some people are literally above the law. Liberty and justice for some, not all. So they need to change that. They need to change that in what is that? The Pledge of Allegiance? With liberty and justice for some. Because it clearly is not all. I remember, you know, it's like, I thought we was a free country. I mean, like, if you get to thinking about it, like, what is free? I mean, what freedoms do we really have? I mean, we don't really have freedoms. We got rights. And then they just want to take the rights away from you. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be allowed to say what you want. You shouldn't be allowed to own a gun. It's like, those are God-given rights, man. And they want to take them away from you. It's amazing. It's amazing that these, man. Did I pass it? No, it's coming up. What's the next one? I ain't getting it 29. It's Toll Road. Trust the mouse. I don't trust the mouse because it can't even do the speed limit. And if it can't do the speed limit, it can't be trusted. I'm so ready for this to be done. I gotta get out here and sweat. Oh, say, can you see the speed limit? Yeah, 70 miles an hour. But tell that to the mouse up here in front of us. And about 63 miles an hour. That's how fast we're going. What's up, Jason? What you doing, man? What is up, my friend? Won't you come, if you over here near Orlando, won't you come link up with me and help me secure this load? We gotta go pick it up, drop it off on the yard, and that's all we gotta do. So, I mean, I'm making $30 an hour just to do that. And that started at 11 o'clock, so I've made 60 bucks so far. You broke down on the side of the road, man. That ain't no fun. That ain't no fun. What's wrong with it? What happened to you? You in a truck or in your car or what? I knew he was jumping off right here. I knew it. Blue hole in the radiator. That ain't no good, bud. So you've had a leak, ain't you? You've had a leak in it. You've been having to add water to it every day. Anytime you got to add water to your radiator like that, like, you know, a gallon a day, it'll last a little while, but it'll just start to increase. You'll have increase from 1 gallon to 2 gallons, 3 gallons. Once you get up there to 3-4 gallons, it's a matter of time. You'll have to put a new radiator in. Is that in your truck? Or your car? Man, I recommend everybody, you know, at least try to learn the little stuff like on a car, your own personal car. You know, how to change a tire, how to change the oil, how to put in a radiator, a new radiator when you need one. You know, everybody should learn those little things. How to, you know, if your air stops blowing, how to replace your motor blower. It's pretty easy. I think everybody can do it. I just don't think they have the patience. I'm one of those people. I don't have the patience to do a lot of mechanic work. I don't have the patience. But I do it. You know, sometimes I do it. Sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't feel like doing it, and I'll take it to a shop and have them do it. If I feel like doing it, I'll do it. It just depends. No, this ain't the W9, just the 450. You gonna know, put it in on the side of the road. That's what I'd do too. I don't blame you at all. It's exactly what I would do as well. Yeah, it's just some hoses you gotta take off. That's, you know, a couple bolts. That's it. It's not that hard. But I'm sure some of these new vehicles, they're trying, them engineers, man, they're doing their best to get it to where you have to take it in somewhere. Or like you'll go to do something and then it's like, okay, you realize, okay, I got the tools, I'm doing it, and then you run into a part where, well, this is different. You know, this obviously takes a whole different tool, and then you find the tool you need and it's like $600. And you're like, wait a minute. They don't want people doing it themselves. They want you to spend your money constantly. They want everything to where you can't do it. So that way you have no choice but to continue to put money into the car industry, you know, at the body shops, you know, the dealerships. Yeah, right. Yeah, like you know, you take it into a shop. Yeah, I mean, you could, depending on what car you have, you might get a radiator for $100, 150, 160, depending on what car you got. You know, whatever car you got, you could Google it now and be like, hey, what's a radiator for, you know, a 2025 Jeep Wagoneer, and just Google it real quick, you know, and it'll tell you, like, well, radiator, probably $300-400. But you could do it if you took it in somewhere. It's going to cost you about $1,000 to have it done. But if you do it yourself, you're only out whatever the radiator costs, say $200, and you know, maybe an hour of your time, and that's it. You know, but if you took it in somewhere, $1,000. It's crazy, dude. It's freaking crazy. But see, what I got a shorts video that you can go check out. Shoot, it was back in the early days of the channel, and I was down here in Florida helping a friend of mine. We went and bought him a radiator for a town and country, a little van, and we went to his house and we changed it. And we had to, I remember saying on that video, like, you got to do some like whatnot nonsense stuff. That's just how they design it. So, oh, you're going to do it yourself. We're going to have you take this hose here off that has nothing to do with the radiator. Just do dumb stuff. Like, you got to do little extra work that doesn't need to be happening. But it's easy to take out a radiator and put a new one in. It's easy. I mean, it is real easy. You know, and, you know, if you like changing a tail light, you know, your blinker goes out, you know, it's pretty simple to change it. It's pretty easy. Do it yourself. If you went in somewhere to have a tail light replaced because, you know, your blinker ain't working or brake light went out, whatever, the bulb blew, you took it in somewhere, it probably cost you $100 just to then change that light. And it's super easy to do yourself. Super easy. Yeah, and you could change the bulb in like 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. And you took it in somewhere, it's going to cost you $100. And the bulb would probably cost you maybe $10, depends what vehicle you got. Shouldn't cost no more than $20, no matter what vehicle. And just 5 minutes of your time, change the light. I do it all the time. My problem is trying to record everything I do. You know, like You know, the work I've done to this car, you know, I've made some videos, you know, like the high pressurized fuel pump that went out. I've done a lot of work to this car, a lot. You know, because like as the old saying goes, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, I mean, any piece of machinery in your car, it's just a matter of time before something happens. It's a matter of time. Because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. If you operate that car, you drive it, something's going to happen. Even if you let it sit and you don't ever start it, you just say you bought a brand new car and you're just going to let it sit, and you're not even using it. If it just sits there year after year, it's still something's going to happen to it. You'll have to drop the fuel tank, get rid of the bad gas, put all new fuel in it. Because gas goes bad. It has a lifespan about 2 years. You can store gas for about 2 years, and that's it. Hey, Stitch. I'm not getting on 429. That is a toll road. At least I made it from Indiana to Florida. Not if it has ethanol. Well, see, the thing is with ethanol, is it only supposed to have, like, they say it's 10% ethanol. Well, I'm here to tell you, I used to work in the fuel industry, and it's never 10%. It's more like 4 or 5%. And ethanol is bad for your car. It just is. They just didn't know what to do. There was nothing they could do with ethanol. And so they figured they'd put it in gas, just like cooking oil. You know, they're like, what are we going to do with all this used cooking oil? And then they made biodiesel with it. 6 months with ethanol. Yeah, you want to get 100% gas. That ethanol is not good for your cars, but it's almost impossible to not buy it. Because everywhere you go, it's in it. Ethanol's in it all. And some stores will sell 100% gas. Although it's maybe like 20 cents, 25 cents more a gallon. But it's worth it if you can afford it. Six months with ethanol. Is that the shelf life for gas with ethanol? 6 months. Yeah, mess up your valves, yeah. Recommend. Yeah, I recommend everybody try to get 100% gas. But I mean, this is just simple, like, knowledge, little knowledge, you know, that actually a lot of people are not aware of. And once I realized, like, how many people are, you know, don't have the basic knowledge. Once I realized there's a lot of people like that, it blew me away. It's like, wow. One time I had years ago, I was out somewhere and I went to go get back in the car and start the car. It wouldn't start. Battery was dead. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I had jumper cables. I always carry jumper cables, you know. In every vehicle I have a pair of jumper cables for that vehicle. And they stay in it, you know, year round. And so one day I got back, you know, that day I got back in the car, went to start it, wouldn't start. Well, I was looking around for somebody, you know, because I needed another car. Well, I met this old lady. She was older, probably in her 60s or 70s. You know, I figured at her age, you know, she, you know, probably like had to do what you know, got to jump herself many times throughout her life. Well, apparently she probably came up in a family that had money or something, and mechanics or just simple things to jump in a vehicle she didn't know about. And so I asked her, I was like, hey, miss, I was like, hey, my battery's dead. You care if, you know, you help me jump it off? And she's like, no. I was like, okay. Like, she didn't do it. I was trying to tell her, I was like, honey, you just put it on the positive, negative, and my car started. She wouldn't do it. It's like she had no knowledge of how it works and thought I'd mess something up. I was like, wow, dude. Wow. But, you know, I respected it, you know. I told her it's harmless. You know, it just start my battery. I never forgot that. That's the only time in my life I asked somebody and they said no about jumping the batteries. Like I could tell she had no idea how anything worked. And, you know, like it blew me away, you know, like you're this old and like you must have had a great life where like you're scared to jump somebody's battery off. Like you must have had a great life. You know what I mean? Can I honk? That lady looked at me all weird. Yeah, I can honk. Clouds look cool. Yeah, it's nice to have a little cloudy day down here in Florida. 98 degrees, it's hot. You carry cables with you too, Stitch? Yeah, I got a set of cables in the back of this car, and in the Cobalt, I got a set in it. And I have a set in the Ford Ranger too. Keep them. It's good to have just those little things, you know. Jumper cables. And if you can afford to, have you a battery charger too. Especially for winter if you live in the cold states in the wintertime. So basically if you don't live in South Texas or South Florida, then you should get it. You know, always carry some jumper cables in your car, and at least some basic socket kit, and maybe a couple screwdrivers, flatheads, and Phillips, and you know, get you basic fuses. Keep all that stuff in your car at all times. Just the, you know, basic socket kit and Phillips screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver and jumper cables. Just keep that in your car because one day it'll come in handy. So everybody should learn, you know, how to look at the engine and know what is what. You know, where's your oil filter? Where's the can't even think right now. where all your air filters are, all that stuff. You should know all this. Where your thermostat is, if it's open, if it's open, closed, how to change your thermostat, motor blower, just little stuff, change battery. Learn your vehicle. If you don't know much about it, just get online and Google your car, a Toyota 4Runner, this year, this model, and just learn a little bit about it. It'll help you down the road somewhere. Yeah, get a wrench set too. Sometimes socket, and make sure if you got a socket kit, like just the basic one, make sure you get an extension as well, like a short one and a long one. And it wouldn't hurt to buy an extra 10mm socket. It would not hurt. For some reason, your 10mm vanish. I don't understand it. I mean, I think everybody experiences this. I just bought a new 10mm socket the other day. I needed it, so I bought it. And I have it in the car with me, because if I don't have it in the car, which even in the car, like the universe, like, oh, there's a 10mm socket, I'm gonna take that. Gone. Like, what happened? Which, if you have a hectic life like I do, then and you're moving all the time, doing stuff constantly, things are going to disappear. It's just how it is. Sometimes you find it. Sometimes you don't never find it. Like when I was 10 years old, I was at a friend's house, right? I wore this bracelet, and it said WWJD, what would Jesus do? And I had the bracelet, and I always, when I get in water anywhere, I'll take anything, jewelry or whatever I have, and I put it in my shoe. So I put it in my shoe, went to swim. It's just me and him there the entire time. We swam, I don't remember, in a couple hours, something. I get out of the pool, I go to get my bracelet out of my shoe, and it was gone. Never seen it again. I have no idea what happened to it. The only thing I can think of is a bird got in my shoe and took it. Anything that made logical sense. That's the only logical sense. A bird got it. But could be wrong, who knows? But where there was no explanation on how that just vanished like that, that memory stuck with me that long. So it's been like a very long time ago. Like 27 years ago. Simply, just my brain it just boggled my mind, and so therefore I've never forgot. Like, why would anybody remember that? You know what I mean? But I for some reason, I've remembered it. Oh, man. I gotta get rid of this 12-pack of Busch Light sitting in the floorboard. Got 2 empty cans in it. That's a charge. That's an open container charge. I'd be like, dude, for real. Like, I'd get it if I had been drinking it. I'd get it. Like, yeah, write me an open container charge, But like, for real, dude, like, I just ain't threw it away yet. It's not like if you wasn't drinking at that moment or that day, like, don't write the ticket, man. Like, just throw it away. Get to where you're going, man, and throw it away. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Again. I don't want to get on 2429 now. Man, I was trying to get a friend. I was like, hey, man, you want to ride to Orlando with me? And he's like, yeah. And then, like, life got in the way. He tried like crazy to come with me. And he's 1 minute, you know, he was like, all right, come get me. And then I'd be like, okay, I'm on my way. And then he'd be like, oh, man, I can't now. I'm like, okay, well, why is that? You know, he'd be like, well, this tow guy is supposed to be here. And then he's like, let me call him, see if I don't have to do it. So he calls him, he calls me back, and he's like, okay, yeah, come get me. So I'm proceeding to go towards him. Well, he calls me again. It's like, hey, man, I can't go. I was like, well, what is it now? He's like, my wife, you know, she's got to take the kids to the doctor this afternoon to get their shots for school. I was like, oh, okay, well, I see. I get that. And she told me to tell you not to be mad or upset. I said, well, tell her, like, that's totally understandable. You need to be there for that, because they got like 5 kids. It's not like they got 1 or 2, you know. They got like 5. So I told him too, I was like, yeah, you should probably be there helping with that. That one. So I was gonna bring him over here to do a live and y'all meet him, talk and stuff. He's the only friend I have in Florida. Because, you know, y'all know I ain't from here, but I live here. Only friend I got. Only physical friend I have in my, you know, in my life. In physical form. But that's men. Men don't need a whole lot of friends. They just need 1 or 2 real good ones. That's it. That's all a man needs. Really, that's all anybody needs. One or 2 good, real solid friends. Real solid friends. You don't need 20 of them. You know, like your closest friends, you know, that's more like, you know, they've been around for so many years, and it's like your whole family sees them as family. You're not friends. Like, basically, you can help, you can assist in the family decisions. You can have your opinion, you know, because you've been around so long. That's the coolest friends. Sounds like he needs to get his tools fixed. Who's that? Who's that, John Wayne? Where you been, John Wayne? Did I miss a tool that was supposed to be in the car? Somebody on that video, on my shorts video, where I had to change the high pressurized fuel pump. People still get on there and ask, like, dude, how did you, like, do it? And I was like, well, it was a very long headache. Like, because if you can afford to, if you have a Chevy Equinox like a 2020. I don't know how, what other years. I know like 2019 or whatever, they you can actually change the high pressurized fuel pump pretty easy. It's right in front of, it's right on top of the engine. Well, this is a 2020, and the high pressurized fuel pump is under the engine, and it's a lot harder to get to. You can't just change it, you know, it's not just sitting right there. You got to go, you got to remove the entire wiring harness. So you got to undo the coil packs and everything. You got to unhook the computer. It's very monotonous work. You got to unhook sensors, all kinds of sensors. It's a headache, man. But the entire wiring harness has to come out. So you got to undo the coil packs and everything. So be careful with those coil packs. They're expensive. And if you end up changing one, if you ever have to change a coil pack, you might as well just change them all. So you got 4 coil packs and one's bad, you might as well change every single one of them. Oh, the guy with 5 kids. Sounds like, oh, okay, he sounds like he needs to get his tools fixed. Yeah. I don't know if he is or she is. That's a good question, John Wayne. I'm going to have to ask. Yeah, their youngest is, shoot, 3 or 4. Their oldest is, he just turned 13. He actually stayed a night with us not long ago. He came and picked me up from work and everything. Just my opinion, that's all. They don't go nowhere, you know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, your opinion's respected, John Wayne. I'm not a liberal. I'm not easily offended. Yeah, it's good to have good friends, John Wayne. Like real friends. They're hard to find. You know, a friend you can call is like, hey man, will you come over here and help me change this radiator if you're available? Real friend be straight up with you, like, no man, I can't, bro, I'm sorry. Or, yeah dude, I'll be over there in about 2 hours. Yeah, my battleship shrunk, man. Look at, this is the you know, the small battleship. This is like my frigate. This is the USS Tennessee. It's about to be the USS Florida battleship. You moved back north, John Wayne? Where you at now, John Wayne? Yeah, it's 100 degrees right now, John Wayne. I love his name, John. Are you John Wayne? It's 100 degrees, man. It's pretty hot out there. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Feels good though. That's what I was telling people on the live earlier. Is like, out in the desert, it gets hot. Like Death Valley, California is the hottest place in the world. Is in Death Valley, California. It's the hottest place in the entire world, and it's just a dry heat. It's not that bad, but it'll chap your lips real quick though. It'd be like 107 in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's not that bad. But, 100 degrees in Florida or Texas or Tennessee, Georgia, with 100% humidity, it's pretty bad. So when you go outside, even for me, I stay, most of my time, if I'm home, is outside. Like, okay, it's probably 80%, 80 to 90% every day at home, I'm outside. 80, 90% of the day. And like for me, where I'm like that, I just like to stay outside. But I can be outside doing nothing and still sweat. That's when you know it's hot. When you're an outside person all the time, and then you're outside and just standing there and you're just pouring sweat. Oh, you're in Nebraska? I like Nebraska. What part of Nebraska? You out by Lincoln? Omaha? I like Lincoln. I had spent some time downtown Lincoln, Nebraska. They got these statues down there. I don't remember what they were. But my father-in-law was born in Nebraska. That's right, Trucker Zach. You can take the man out of Tennessee, but you can't take the Tennessee out of the man. That's right. That's actually a fact. At least for me. Oh, Omaha? Okay. I like Omaha. I used to, every time, before I started trucking, we'd go, I'd have to be in Omaha sometimes. And every time me and a colleague had to go to Omaha, we'd go to Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, it's fairly decent food. It ain't the best, but it definitely ain't the worst. Man, I tell you what. Yeah, the other day, when was it? Saturday? Oh, yeah. We was going to the races, right? We was going to a race, a dirt track, in Auburndale, Florida. So we drove like an hour and a half to the racetrack, and it got rained out, so they canceled it. So we got a race to go to in August. But anyway, we was like, well, the old lady's aunt and uncle linked up with us. They mentioned it the other day. It's like, hey, we're going to this race Saturday. Y'all should get a ticket and come too. So we did. So we linked up with them out there, and we got rained out, and then was trying to think of something to do, go bowling or something. So we was going to Chili's. So we went to Chili's. I ran in because it looked pretty busy. In Kissimmee, Florida. And I ran in, and it's like, how long is the wait? And it's like, anywhere between like 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I was like, oh boy. So I ran back out, and everybody's like, no, we ain't doing that. So we was going to go to a different Chili's in a smaller town, I think over in Lakeland, because we was in around Orlando. So, but then her aunt saw Golden Corral, and I was reminded real quick why I never went back to Golden Corral. So we go to Golden Corral anyway. And then I mean, dude, Golden Corral is freaking terrible. I mean, it is absolutely freaking terrible. Like, we spent $79 in Golden Corral for me, the old lady, and our 2 kids. 79 bucks, right? But the quality of the food was absolutely terrible. And I made it clear that night. I said, I am never going back to Golden Corral again. Never doing it. I remembered, that's when I remembered why the last time I went, like 12 years ago. That's why I never went back. And I went back and was reminded why I never go there. So, sorry for y'all that actually like Golden Corral, but it is not my cup of tea. Food was terrible. Like, I even got the steak. I got in line to get some steak, you know. It was absolutely terrible. But I'm not one to waste food, so I ate as much of it as I could. Like, it didn't have no salt, no pepper, nothing. And I got a piece of chicken, some fried chicken. And I took a bite of that chicken. And I was like, dude, this is terrible. I didn't eat it. I only ate one. Like, for me, you know, with my history in my life, and for me to eat food and, like, can't eat no more of it, you know, that's hard for me to do. But I did. I took one bite of that chicken and no more. I didn't eat. So, I do not recommend Golden Corral for anybody. So I'm sorry if you like it. I absolutely hate it. I'd rather have McDonald's, and everybody knows how I hate fast food joints. I'd rather have McDonald's, McChickens, over anything in Golden Corral. Although I did get a piece of key lime pie for my son, and I took a small little nibble from it, and it tasted pretty good. And the ice cream, my daughter got some ice cream with some gummy bears in it, and it like melted into like some type of nasty stuff. I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be eating that. Yeah, Mama said clean that plate now. Because when I was growing up, when it was supper time, at least for me, how I came up, you know, you ate whatever was made. And if you didn't eat, that was fine. You just didn't eat. You didn't get no substitute for, well, I want pizza. I don't want pork chops and taters. Well, you ain't getting pizza, son. You gonna eat, or you gonna go to bed hungry. It's your choice. And, you know, looking back at it, I mean, it didn't traumatize me. I was fine with it. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Like, he, you know, kid does not have, a 7-year-old does not have dominion over you. You have dominion over that kid. Anytime you're like, oh, you know, you give a child their way every time at dinner time or whatever, you're giving them a sense of entitlement. And they're going to have a very difficult reality check years down the road. You know, you got it. But unfortunately, there's people that allow their children to have dominion over them, which is wild to me. Like, where's your mind at when your child has dominion over you, over their parent? That's amazing. Oh man, someone wrinkled up your Cobra poster. Not impressed today. Sorry about that, Jimmy Mack. Not impressed. He's not impressed. Well, you came to the right channel, brother, because we got you. But yeah, like, for people to have their children have dominion over their mother or their father, more of the mother, you know. But I'd like to know where their mind is. Like, hey, how do you do that? How do you allow your child to have power over you and your decisions? That's amazing. Like, I want to know psychologically how one comes to do that. Because that's just cray-cray. Cray-cray crazy. Hey, Blue Boat. Stopping by real quick. I appreciate you stopping by, Blue Boat. I hope you're having a good day, brother. I appreciate you jumping in and saying that, and smacking that like button. I appreciate your support. Everybody really supports and believes in me. I appreciate you. I really do. And if we ever got rich, I'd show you how much I appreciate you and your support all this time. Even though, you know, it's more of like a casual channel, you know, where we just get to know each other, talk about topics, and, you know, and basically I invite the world into my life, you know, doing whatever Gunner's doing. What's Gunner doing today? Let's see. He's driving his car. He's just talking about all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I'm doing all right though, Blue Boat. Can't complain too much, but I'm about to be complaining because I still got my Tennessee tags, but I ain't got time to go to the DMV, but I will be going Thursday, so I got me an appointment Thursday. So I'm gonna be disappointed, I'm sure, because from what everybody's telling me, to get your Florida tag, it's very expensive. Because when I go to the DMV, I'm definitely going to let them know. I'm like, hey, dude, the prisoners make this. Like, why is the state charging me so much money? Because some people told me, like, you know, you could pay for a tag, like if it's a brand new vehicle, a Jeep Wagoneer or something, you may pay $1,500 for the tag. I'm like, what? You crazy? Why is Florida robbing people? Like, nobody should be paying $1,500 for a license plate tag. Nobody. Even if you're Elon Musk, like, you should not be paying $1,500 for a freaking license plate tag. Yeah, Stitch, yeah. So, yeah, everybody's being truthful with me, huh? It's going to be expensive. I might have to take up donations off YouTube, guys. I'm like, guys, you gotta help me get my tag. Like, dang, dude. Everybody be like, dang, he's having to take donations to get a tag in the state of Florida. Because when I find out, I'm definitely going to let y'all know how much it's going to cost. Because I got to get 2 plates. Got to get one for this car and one for the other car. Man, at $500 in North Carolina? Wow. I think in Tennessee I paid, how much was it? Well, I got a special plate too, so I had to pay a little extra, you know. I think I paid about $200. But I lived in Indiana, and I think it was only like $80. But everybody in Florida's telling me, dude, it's going to be quite a bit of money. It's so freaking expensive for a tag. Man, DeSantis, you can do better, bro. You're doing a good job from what everybody in Florida tells me and what I've seen, but like, you need to do better. Like, no tag should be that much. You paid $42 in Tennessee? Yeah, I remember I paid something cheap. Well, I mean, well, like I said, I got that special tag, so everything cost like $200. But then, like, every year, it was like, instead of $200, it was like $80 or $100, something like that. I don't remember. But in Indiana, when I lived in Indiana, it was cheap, and but I could get a plate that was good for 2 years. It wasn't every year. You could get one for a year or every 2 years. So I always chose the every 2-year one. The plate was good for 2 years. Like, all right. I don't know if any other state does that. I'm sure some do. I don't believe Tennessee done that. You had to get a new sticker every year. Because I was like, hey, well, I at least be able to keep my Tennessee tag, you know, because I like to keep my tags from the states I lived in, you know. And somebody told me that, no, they'll take your tag. Like, I'm going to have to ask, like, hey, I like collecting the tags of the states I've lived in. You know, let me have my tag. I paid for it. So technically it's mine. I bought it from the state. So I own it. They sold it to me. The only thing that I got to pay for is the sticker. My tags in Florida will be like $42. If it's not personalized, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't think I'm going to get like a special personalized tag in Florida. I think I'm going to just do the basic tag. I know at least for the other car, I'm going to do the basic Florida tag. And that one shouldn't be too much money to do that one. It's an old car, you know. But this car is getting old too. It's 6 years old. I bought it new. It's been a good car. It has. It's been a pretty good car. They don't take your tags? Okay, cool. You have your North Carolina tag. I have my Tennessee tags. Yeah, I have my Indiana tag. I have my Tennessee tag. And, I have other tags that I've acquired over the years. I like collecting tags in foreign currency. So if anybody's got an old tag, email me and, mail it to me. If you got an old tag you want to get rid of. So I'm about to have my first Florida tag. Stitch, I should have started this live sooner. I would have swung in, picked you up, and you'd come over here and help me secure this load. It's not hard. Just be done faster if you had 2 people doing it. So all we got to do is come over here, get in the truck here, and go down into Orlando, pick up a load, secure it, bring it back to the yard, get in the car and leave. Because for some reason I didn't have to do this, but I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, hey, can you do this? Like, you ain't got to, but I was like, yeah, well, let me get back with you, I'll let you know. And I told him I'd do it. So hopefully, someday somebody will get my load and secure it and bring it back and drop it off for me. Yeah, everybody, that's right, John Wayne. Everybody's got to have a supervisor. And I need Stitch to be my supervisor. I should have hollered at Stitch and like, hey, get in the car. We got to go do some work. I tried to bring my buddy with me. I was going to have him, I was like, hey, man, I can't pay you, but why don't you come help me secure this load? He's like, yeah, sure, Then life got in the way and he couldn't come. I was like, oh man, go figure. The laws and the costs about vehicle registrations and tags and whatnot. Oh, do you? Okay, that's good. That's good to know that stuff, Stitch. Tennessee Avenue. And that Smart Water, I don't never buy it, but it's all the store had. It's pretty good. It's been a long time since I drank any of it. I usually drink an Essentia or Fiji water. Sometimes I drink Core. Yeah, John Wayne, if you wasn't all the way up in Nebraska, you could be over here to supervise me. Oh, I need to turn right here. I got to turn right here on Lake County 48. Look at Day Cab's got him American flag in there. Look at it. See it? 76. I'm driving my life away, looking for a better way for me. Speed limit photo enforced 7:30 to 3:30 p.m. All right, we need to slow down. Is that only for like when the school zone's open? Like, they better not be writing me no ticket in the mail. Tell you what. Oh, I know where I am. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is that little stretch through here. Police burn it up right here. Burn it up, I tell you. What's 1300? You talking about military time, or did I say something? Forget what I said. Sometimes that happens. Like all the time. That's a nice piece of property right there. It's pretty nice. What would Jesus do? Pray for love. Yeah, I can agree with that. High bicycle activity area. Share the road. Well, it is a public road, so. You know, the roads is a form of socialism. America has adopted some things of socialism. You know, it only makes sense. A road. What battery life we got? 42%. We want to put this sucker on charge soon. We almost there? I think we're almost there. Well, the midnight headlight blind you on a rainy night, steep grade ahead, slow me down, making no time. But I gotta keep rolling. Those windshield wipers slapping out the tempo, keeping perfect rhythm with the song on the radio. But I gotta keep rolling. Ooh, I'm driving my life away, looking for a better way for me. I'm driving my life away, looking for a sunny day. Well, the truck stopped cutie coming on to me. Tried to talk me into a ride, said I wouldn't be sorry, but she was just a baby. Hey waitress, pour me another cup of coffee. Pop it down, jack me up, shoot me off down the highway, looking for the morning. You drove your life away 47 years in a semi. Goodness gracious. You must have loved it or just felt like you had to do it. That's what I do. I don't love trucking, that's for sure. I just do it because, you know, you got to do something. Got to do something. I hope you are all in good health. Right back at you. Blessed with abundance. I appreciate that. And successful in whatever you are currently doing. Hey, thank you 5114. I love when people got nice, kind words to say. Love it. You don't hear stuff like that anymore that often, you know. We need an abundance of good, pure-souled people with, you know, good vibes, good energy. Hi, Lauren. Loved it was the whine of the turbocharger. Yeah, I got you. Some people do, you know. Some people do love it. I mean, I don't hate it. But I don't love it. Does that make any sense? I just do it because I just do it. I guess like because I gotta provide for the family, and it's a good way to, make some decent money and provide for a family. That's really the only reason I do it. Gotta do something, Gotta do something. And plus, it's like it's the main part of the economy is trucking, so it feels good to help the country in that way. You know what I mean? So me trucking, all the truckers, it helps the economy. It helps your country. It helps families. So I mean, truckers do a good thing for people. It's what puts the fuel in your car, the food on your table. Is trucks. Hey, Longbeard, what's up, kiddo? What's up, Longbeard kiddo? I know this guy, he's always said kiddo. Known him since I was a little boy, He's an old man now. He always say kiddo. Like, you used to call me a kiddo, but you're selling me some smoke, Hey, Penny. Hey, man, hello. Yeah, the pay ain't that bad, John Wayne. Every week is different when it's trucking. Every week's different unless you make, hourly pay or something, You can make crappy money in trucking. You can make decent money. You can make great money. And you can make extraordinary money in trucking. Like people say, you'll hear people say, like especially the older truckers that's been trucking, 40 years, can't get rich in trucking. Well, I'm here to tell you, you absolutely can get rich in trucking. You can. It just depends on how you do it. But especially like you can get rich in trucking if you're a single person, male or female. Now, if you got a family or whatever and you got real grown-up bills, you probably won't get rich in trucking. I mean, you probably could, just be a slower process, But if you're like 21, 22 years of age, male or female, or whatever other weird gender you claim you might be, whatever, live your fairy tale life. But if you live a fairy tale life, I wouldn't want you behind the wheel of an 80,000 pound vehicle. But like, yeah, if you're like 21, 22, 23, 25, whatever years old, whatever, get in trucking. I mean, if your education is just high school, or you don't have a diploma or a GED, get in trucking. You don't have to have a GED or a high school diploma to truck. You don't. You just basically got to have a decent head on your shoulders. You ain't got to be a genius, but you can't be completely ignorant either. But if you're young like that, you're single, or you got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, whatever, talk to your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever, and about getting into trucking together. And you can make some great money. Life-changing money, and dead serious. Now, this will not be true in the very beginning stages of starting your trucking journey. It will not be true. You'll be like, dude, this guy, he lied to me. You got to hang in there and get through that beginning stage of your trucking journey. That's the hardest part. From the very day you're on that path to getting your CDL, for about the first 3 months is the most difficult. I'm comfortable but not rich. Right. You're rich in other ways. Like, you're rich in health. You're rich in love and family, Really, that's all you need, is just to have people that really love you and that you love them. Because it's impossible to measure how much somebody really loves you. It's impossible to measure. But how people act and how they behave and stuff like that kind of gives you an idea. But you'll never truly know how much someone cares about you. Because that's what I believe anyway. Even in marriages, relationships, you can love that person, but they'll never know how much you really love them. And there's always, I think the majority of relationships is one person loves the other person more than that person loves them back. And I think that's all relationships. I don't think the love is equal. Although it could be similar, but I don't think it's equal. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong too. There's just no way to know. And you're rich staying awake at night. I don't stay awake at night. I sleep at night, John Wayne. There was somebody jumped on a live the other day. And how I truck, I truck hard, and I go, son. And this guy, like, it was speculating that I was using dope to truck like I do. I was like, wow, dude. Because, like, I'll start like 2 o'clock in the morning, truck all into the morning until I run completely out of time, and then stop for 10 hours and start trucking again. Because I went from Los Angeles to Florida in like 3 days, it's how long it takes. I'm home all week, Trucker Zach. I'm just doing this here. They called me. He's like, hey, you care to go get this load and secure it, bring it back to the yard and go back to the house? And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. was like, yeah, we'll pay you hourly today. I was like, okay. So I'm getting paid now, $30 an hour. So I've made about 90 bucks so far, and I ain't done nothing but hold the steering wheel. The plane taking off, that's pretty cool. Why are we going so slow? Speed limit's 55. Oh wait, I think that's my turn right there. Is that my turn? No, it ain't it. It's coming up, oh. So I figured since I was going to do this, I'd go live and talk to you. And so, but really, you know, I probably could work this week, but then it would interfere with stuff that I have going on. You know, stuff that needs to be done, like going to the DMV and getting my tags. Because, I mean, I'm driving legal. You know, I mean, it's legal. It's just I have a Tennessee tags, but a Florida driver's license. But, you know, I'm a trucker, so there's only so much I can do. You know, there's only so much I can do driving a truck. You can't. Is that my truck? Where's my truck at? There's only so much you can do trucking, you know. You can't get stuff done. So there's my truck. Well, that's just great. But yeah, you can only get so much stuff done. You gotta, when you're out on the road for a week or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. I might have to move this. I gotta put this phone on charge. Hang on. Let me move it. Try to move it. Try to turn it where. Well, I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know. That'll work. There we go. Do that. Put this on charge. Might be a little crooked, so my apologies. I don't want to cause a short in my charger. Put it on charge. Need to move that higher so that way I can, you know. I'm a trucker. I don't travel anywhere, Longbeard. I ran in the heavy wrecker for many years. The money was great. Oh, did you, Edward? I've thought about doing that, Edward. I hope you're still here so you can tell me more about it. Yeah, the key to trucking is you gotta love traveling, yeah. I mean, I think I like traveling. I don't like it in trucking though, you know. I used to travel for work before I was trucking. I really enjoyed that, you know. Trucking, different type of traveling. But at least you're getting paid for it. You know, you get to travel basically for free. You know, as long as you're a company driver. But yeah. Alright guys, I'm going to leave this in here for a minute. Go holler at some folks and see what's going on. And then I'll be back and try to correct this thing here. You done it before, O2 I should have stuck to it. Yeah. Your tractor trailers flipped over straight trucks on this side. It was wild. You in Florida, Edward? Yeah, tell me some more about that stuff. I've thought about, doing a wrecker truck towing and stuff. I don't know what kind of money those guys make, because it is mainly about the money for me, because I have a family and I got to support the family. Because I can't make $800-900 a week. I can't, because like I don't know how people do it in factories, working whatever, Monday to Friday and sometimes Saturday. I don't know how they do it. But respect for you factory workers, man, because I don't know how you survive. Rent, car note, lights, water, cell phone, gas, food, and you got kids. I don't know how you do it. I have no idea. It makes me wonder, though. It's like, how do they do it? Because if I put myself in that situation, I couldn't do it financially. I couldn't pay rent. I couldn't pay the car note. I couldn't put food on the table for my family. So I wonder how everybody else does it. Because we'd be making the same amount of money, and if I can't do it, how are you doing it? You know what I mean? Oh, you're in Ohio? Funny money. Yeah, you got that right. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Be right back. Everybody left. Well, we got to end this live anyway. We're buffering. Yeah, it got too hot. The phone got too hot, you know. All right, y'all. We're going to get off here. Ain't nobody in here, so